I am Optimus Prime, and I approve this message.
It's so big and so passionate. This is terrific. This is a terrific gathering of people who are having a great deal of fun.
Comic-Con is rather a remarkable gathering. We as humans go to celebrate an art form we just simply love. Some of them emulate their favorite superheroes, aliens, or other creatures of your imagination. We are looking at a zombie. We are unaware of how they came to be part of Comic-Con, but they simply are. There will be huge crowds, and sometimes one isn't sure what one may run into, but Comic-Con is just simply harmless. One must remember that above all, one must have fun and don't panic.
Hello everyone, I'm Nadia Crow.
And I'm Brian Carlson.
Welcome to Good4Utah and Salt Lake Comic-Con's Hitchhiker's Guide to Comic-Con. We want to show you what the massive event is all about and to help you with your fun at Comic-Con.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to Comic-Con describes Comic-Con, an event in downtown Salt Lake brought to you by Dan Farr. It has turned into a cultural phenomenon. No one knew it would turn into Utah's favorite pop culture event.
The event draws over 100,000 visitors from all over the West. I don't know how they cram them in.
I don't either, but you know what? That is good for Utah. Yes, it's a shameless plug, I admit it, but it is half the fun of Salt Lake's Comic-Con. And to get us started, we're taking you straight to the heart of the con. The people, the fans.
Everybody.
Comic-Con has a lot of stars, and we'll meet some of those later. But what really makes it wonderful is how everyone shows off what they love. It's called cosplay.
Cosplay is short for costume play, in which participants wear costumes and fashion accessories to represent a specific character or idea.
Cosplay. It's the beating heart of every con in the country. The Salt Lake Comic-Con is full of costumes, color, and love for all things geek. Everyone is welcome to show up as their favorite character or original creation.
My fun is pretty much going to the conventions and meeting new people, and it's basically my vacation, even though I'm still doing it. It's when I get to meet people and interact with people more.
Think about it as the biggest costume party you've ever attended. You'll see outfits that will amaze you, challenge you, and some which may be just strange. Loving work and hours of time are put into costumes. Even kids get into the act. And look at this. Comic-Con is loaded with famous people, and those stars get a kick out of seeing people emulate the characters they played or are playing.
When they dress as me, it's keeping Lando alive, which is always nice.
This is my first Comic-Con, so never done one of these before. This is amazing. It's fun. I mean, it's nice to interact with the fans and stuff like that, and talk to them and see their reactions and stuff.
It is the ultimate expression of adoration for cherished characters. And some say the cosplayers are amazing, like the famous people you get to meet. Some have huge followings on social media, like Facebook.
I started off as just a normal fan going to check it all out, and I decided that there needs to be a place where people can go and see what's happening at these conventions. So that's when the I Love Nerd Girls came about. Later cosplay came about, and it kind of just big whirlwind of stuff.
All right, Brian, so speaking of the stars, when are we going to see them?
Do we not count?
No.
We're chopped liver apparently over here.
We obviously are. Compared to some of the big names that are coming to Comic-Con.
Oh, huge right here. So we're going to see all of those later in the show. And I was thinking, since we showed the cosplayers, we should show people what else is going on in the main hall.
Okay, and then we'll get to the stars, right? We'll get to the stars.
You seem a little star crazy here.
Well, I mean, how could you not be?
Yes, but why don't you tell everybody about the main hall here first?
The main hall, or the floor, is an area featuring all things relating to a genre entertainment. It's the main gathering place for humans at Comic-Con. You can buy stuff there too.
The main floor is where the fun starts. You can see almost anything you want. Walking through, you'll see cosplayers everywhere. Creative geniuses like Weta. Weta supplied a lot of costumes and weapons for the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit. You may even meet a swordsmith.
This is Sting. This is Sting that you would have seen in Lord of the Rings. The difference between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings is that in The Hobbit, Sting doesn't have this etching along the handguard, and instead of all this up the blade, there's just this one twirl. But essentially in The Hobbit, it's the same sword.
Meet authors, model makers, collectors. You can buy incredibly rare genre memorabilia. Like, look right here. This is the Batmobile. And how about the DeLorean from Back to the Future? This year, as you walk the floor, you will see Han Solo and Carbonite, and the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Maybe I can step back into time and replace Brian. On the floor, the vendors will amaze you with creations you can buy. The floor has a few special sections. One is called Artist Alley. In Artist Alley, you will meet and speak with the creators of the entire genre. Amazing people who create the characters everyone dresses like. You can find exclusive prints and see new things. Just look.
There's also a special place to all of us here at Good4Utah. It's called KidCon.
The Hitchhiker's Guide defines KidCon as the place where miniature humans roam around looking at their heroes. Sometimes referred to as Roxanne Land, these miniature humans are referred to as children. They are offspring. Aliens are forbidden to scare them.
Bringing KidCon is an idea that Good4Utah producer Roxanne Hasagawa helped make happen. Exhibits, stages specifically for the younger set. Now, last year we had the Power Ranger Samurai at our booth, and it was a huge hit.
Ready?
Sometimes Artist Alley and other vendors can be a bit wrong for children. And KidCon lets all kids have fun and learn about their favorite superheroes. Roxanne was a big example of what we believe is good for Utah in helping to create this part of the event.
Coming up, we are going to show you another special part of Comic-Con.
Yeah, they're called panels. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good4Utah's Hitchhiker's Guide to Comic-Con. The special event has a special thing called panels.
Yeah, you never know what you might hear at a panel. It's a chance to hear from creators, actors, artists, and you learn what motivates them to make the shows, the games, and books, and art that everyone loves.
The guide references a Comic-Con panel. Advice is given and also humorous anecdotes, which humans find funny and that could be rather odd.
It was here in Salt Lake City where I performed for the first time before going to Broadway my solo show of Christmas Carol.
In X-Men, you had that whole scene with Storm there at the end, that big battle. And my very important question about this is, what does Halle Berry smell like? I gotta know. No, she's gotta be great to work.
No, Halle's great. The reason why I have a cheeky smile on my face is because the first time going to Malaysia, I watched a movie with Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry, and I was about 16, and I remember seeing Halle Berry for the first time on screen. I was like, I had a crush on her. Yeah. So as a kid, getting to meet this girl, lady, and I'm on set, I started remembering, you know, like when you're 16 again, so I was a bit doobie-gag.
Count them down! Count them down, everybody! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Anyway, when we had the premiere of the movie, and all of a sudden I hear this voice coming out of Darth Vader saying, "But Luke, I am your father." And I thought, good God, that's not me. It's definitely not me. And of course, I found out then that James Earl Jones had done my voice.
Is which Doctor Who villain scares you the most? Okay, I have two, but one of them I can't remember. Do you get it? So that one, but also the Weeping Angels, obviously, because they're terrifying. And there was somebody dressed up as a really good Weeping Angel yesterday. I kept on staring at it.
Without gorgeous, they get more beautiful every time I see them. Whilst every day I look in the mirror, I call it the daily betrayal.
Now, watch out.
So we go up to Cosplay City, and I am told, do not. It was the bunker scene where the Welsh and the Stormtroopers meet together and have the battle. I was told, do not go out there unless you are wearing proper clothes. Because when you've got undergrowth at about 6 or 7 feet high, the trees are 100 to 150 feet high, so your undergrowth is 7, 8 feet high. I was told, and I said, why is that? He said, well, think about it. This is Bigfoot country. Do not go, because we don't want to have to pull buckshot out of a timber area on a Wookiee. Yes, that is a perfectly true story.
So I heard that you were in New York and a gang attempted to mug you. You engaged them in battle and subsequently ended their lives.
I like how you said, I engaged them in battle.
Because he would.
You know what, if there's any confrontation, I'm the first person to run. You know, I'm ashamed to say, I had these dudes when I was younger try and pick on me, and I did the whole wah! And then I did a fancy kick and I ran. It's not true.
I was gobsmacked actually, but the one thing that gobsmacked me most of all was I didn't know that I was Luke Skywalker's father. I didn't know that until I went to the movie for the first time. They kept it all.
My question would have to be, as the acting career, just transitioning from Doctor Who to Oculus to now Guardians of the Galaxy. How is that going for you?
How was the transition?
Yeah, how's the transition to it all?
Well, I feel like Doctor Who was actually like my 3 years of drama school. I feel like I covered every emotion possible in that TV show, including multiple death reactions because Rory kept dying.
Craziest fan experience. I was signing autographs on a table. It's kind of on a riser, a little lower than this. Signing autographs, people are going by. This one fan came by, a little exuberant. No biggie, I like that. Move on, they're down here, I'm signing up. Hey Nathan, hey Nathan, hey Nathan, I just finished signing, and I'm not on to other people, I'm trying to give them attention, that's fair. I say, I'm sorry, yes. You know that nude scene you did? You should do more of those. That's really creepy, sir.
You may never look
at your favorite movie, television show, or game the same way again.
You may not do that, but I think it is time for the stars.
Yes, Nadia, it is time for the stars. You know, I didn't really think that you were into all the celebrity stuff.
Come on, Stan Lee's gonna be there. He's the godfather of comic books.
You're making me an offer I can't refuse.
So finally, when we come back, the favorite part of Comic-Con, my favorite part, your favorite part, maybe even yours.
Everybody's favorite part.
It's the stars.
I'll tell you, if you don't get out and meet the fans and say hello, your career could last maybe 5 minutes. Mine has been, how old am I this month? 85?
The Hitchhiker's Guide defines a star, a fixed luminous point in the sky that is large, remote, incandescent body like a sun. On Earth, a star can mean the principal player in theatre, movies, or television. Both can be referred to as hot.
It's a giant con. I have never done one that's this big.
At Comic-Con, the Salt Palace just explodes with stars.
Boom, yeah, it's fun to meet them, talk with them, get an autograph or a picture, of course.
And as a note, autographs and pictures do cost money, but it can be really worth it if you have to have something that is uniquely yours from your favorite star.
You can imagine Darth Vader missing his 50th anniversary for a con. This actually happened.
Oh no, see, that would be asleep alone in the Death Star for a month, maybe even 2.
Yeah, well, that'll happen, right? He's on the couch in a galaxy far, far away. Now, I'm not sure, yes, not sure Alone in the Dark helmet would be worth it, but take a look here. The stars enjoy the con as much as the fans do.
I just made a terrible mistake in as much as I've arranged to do a show in Dallas on October the 5th, you see. And I accepted the show without thinking any further from it. And then a couple of weeks after I accepted the show, my wife said, what are we doing about our wedding anniversary? And I said, what do you mean wedding anniversary? She said, well, October the 5th is our golden wedding anniversary. We've been married 50 years. And so now I'm in serious trouble now.
I'm really inspired by old movies. I'm like a huge fan of all old 80s movies, sci-fi, fantasy. So I really pull from things from my childhood, things that I was a fan of when I grew up, shows that I loved. I love like the horror genre. I would say horror, sci-fi, and fantasy are like my stronghold of where I pulled a lot of inspiration from.
I mean, even today. I ran into him at the Saturn Awards, and he's still very humble. And I mean, he's still, he still does what he does because he loves. I mean, he directed the Avengers because it's the Avengers. I mean, he's like, he couldn't help himself. He's like, he's a fan,
If I could give my younger self 2 pieces of advice, one would be to not convince everybody else that I was an artist, but to really just convince myself first, and then realize that then the world would just recognize that. And I think I would also not ruin my credit as badly as I did in my younger years, because I didn't realize how important that would be later.
Okay, so I'm back down. Right here. Up. Twist up, change. Yeah, keep on going until it locks up. Now you see this end going to go under. Yeah, ready? Grab it. There you go. Woo! You've done this before. Woo!
It's been amazing so far. We've been having a great time. We just landed in today and came straight to the convention, and it has been an amazing turnout. We're super surprised.
Yeah, it's my first time here, actually, and I heard about this organizing this convention. And we've been to a lot of cons, but the turnout for the first day apparently was like record-breaking, and it's phenomenal just to be here and be a part of it.
Bar none, Aaron Pierce. Notice how long that took me to answer. The character of Aaron Pierce on 24, such a decent man with integrity. As much as the day is long, just true love and integrity and honor and loyalty, all of those things. Everything that is intrinsically good in a human being, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy the way he is received by the public. I have men come up to me with their young boys. This happens often, by the way, or I wouldn't bring it up, sharing with me that they want their boys to grow up to be like Aaron, for real. And it happens all the time. So inside I'm thinking, what a blessing, what an honor it is to play someone that is a public role model.
And that I stop being critical of yourself when you're working. Not prior, not after, but in the process of work. Being self-critical at every step impedes you from taking any risks or moving with any gut instincts. And that kind of intellectual, it creates an intellectual conundrum, and it interferes with what performance is, which is free. So don't think so much when you're working.
You must have a goal that you want to get to. I mean, with me, it was like when I started, all I wanted to be was like a champion bodybuilder, and I went from there to being a champion weightlifter. That was basically, you know. And once I achieved that ambition, you then, as they say, went off in a different. I think that is that's the very big thing, is to have ambition in life. Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the Good4Utah experience of the Salt Lake Comic-Con, and we'll see you there. So come visit us at our booths at the front and in KidCon.
Yeah, now we know it's good for us, but a lot of people are really excited about this thing. I don't know how many people we've seen here at Comic-Con this weekend.
There are going to be thousands of people all dressed up, you know, in makeup for hours, decked out from head to toe.
I mean, people really go all out for this thing. You know, really my favorite part is not only the people watching you can check out, but see some of those big stars coming to town.
Now we've got Stan Lee and Lou Ferrigno, and the list just goes on and on.
And to hear those guys just kind of interact with us, give some of the regular Joes some time to hear some of what their big wigs are saying, fantastic.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so you got to check it out.
Yeah, so long, and thanks for all the fish.
That's a movie reference, right?
I think so.
From that one movie?
You really need to see more movies.
Come to Comic-Con!
Come to Salt